dear fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen, it is an absolute honor and privilege to stand before you today to deliver the valedictorian speech on behalf of the graduating class of 2025 from the NUS Graduate School. It is also my pleasure and anxiety to present our graduating class's next major research proposal on the grandest and most complex topic we've faced yet: life after graduation, a longitudinal study on uncertainty, anxiety, and resilience. Section 1. Research problem. The world we are stepping into is rapidly changing. Since we began our PhDs, whether 4, 5, 6, or even 7 years ago, we've lived through a global pandemic, accelerating climate change, economic and political instability, and now the rise of generative AI. And I suspect that many of my fellow graduates, like me, feel the anxiety of uncertainty. Will we rise with the winds of change or struggle against the tides of time? Will we be able to make the impact we hope to make in the world? As I wrote this proposal, I found myself looking not only forward, but also backward, and realizing how far we've come. In fact, doesn't this strange mix of anxiety and hope feel familiar? It reminds me of the moment we've received the offer letter from NUS. Congratulations, you've been accepted into our PhD program. Back then too, we asked ourselves, can we really do this? And if this is our research question, let's proceed to the next section. Section 2, hypothesis. My hypothesis for life after graduation is this: that we can do it because we've done it before. And perhaps the next chapter of our lives is simply the next chapter in our thesis. Only now, the experiment is life itself. And this hypothesis is backed by evidence, which I will now present in Section 3, preliminary findings. A few months before my PhD qualifying exam, at the height of the pandemic, I discovered, to my horror, a fundamental flaw in my experimental design. I was studying how monkeys and humans learn how to remember movements in a maze. But as I approached my exam, I realized that the task could be gamed using unintended strategies. I was designing mazes for my research subjects, only to realize I had trapped myself in one. So I pivoted, U-turned many times. And at the very last moment, I managed to emerge with unexpected findings that fortunately satisfied my thesis advisory committee. Now that crisis wasn't the first, nor the last. And certainly not the hardest emotionally. And I know I wasn't alone in this. Our PhD cohort have all experienced failed experiments, countless late nights of self-doubt, troubleshooting, and dead ends. And yet, we adapted, we endured, we survived. The most important finding we've made might just be this: that mistakes and failures aren't setbacks, they are data. Each failure was invaluable insight. Each wrong turn mapped the route to success. And in this thesis project we call life, our core methodology will be resilience, to face complex evolving challenges, to fail, to adapt, and to try again. Failures are not a flaw of the process, they are the process. And the lessons we learn will be our hard-earned strength. Section 4. References and acknowledgements. Of course, no research project is possible without collaboration, mentorship, and support. And the same applies to life before and after graduation. Throughout this journey, I have been incredibly humbled to receive the unwavering support of so many remarkable individuals and communities. My most sincere thanks go to my supervisors, mentors, and fellow researchers from my lab for your unwavering support, guidance, and mentorship. To the community of the NUS Graduate School, my dearest friends, for continually pushing me, believing in me, and being there through the highs and the lows. And most of all, to my family, for all your unconditional love and support that words fail to capture. But this section of acknowledgements is not mine alone. On behalf of the entire graduating class, I want to thank each and every one of you who have guided, challenged, and uplifted us. Family, friends, mentors, communities, for helping us reach this day. We couldn't have done it without you. And from the bottom of our hearts, we thank you. As we, the graduating class, submit this research proposal and prepare to start the next chapter, let us remember that uncertainty is not a cause for anxiety, but an opportunity for discovery. The world ahead may not come with a clear roadmap, but we are scholars, we are researchers. We ask questions, challenge assumptions, and adapt our methods. So let us continue experimenting. Let us stay resilient, and above all, let us never forget that the work of life, like any meaningful research, is never done alone. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2025.